Hello, today I'm going to be talking about this camera. This is the split cam. A few weeks ago I asked my patrons what camera do they want me to use for the next video, and I gave them the options and they voted for this one. And I thought, okay, it's going to be cool, like I can give it a try, it's going to be fun, blah blah blah. And yeah, let me show you how the unboxing went. I think that will be interesting. I purchased this when I was in the UK actually. So this has been traveling with me and it's still in its box. So let's open it. It says, I love the thing on the back. I'm gonna open it with scissors, but it says image fusion technology. It will morph to images. So what it actually does is it has these things that block the top or the bottom part of the image, and then by blocking them you can make double exposures and have like the body with somebody and the head of somebody else, or like combine two images of a landscape to have a weird landscape which has like, I don't know, like two skies or two, grounds. I don't know. It's weird. I want to give it a try. So it says all the instructions are inside the packet. Yay! This is the camera. Wow, it's really light. Yeah, I hope it works. It doesn't seem very. It doesn't seem like it will hold the light leaks very well. The instructions. Yeah, basically load the film and you can block the top or the bottom part of the film, and then I guess you can take multiple exposures. Basically what you're doing is you load the film, you put it in here. Let me open it. Can I open it? That's the first big question. It doesn't seem like I can. Wait, how do I open this? I feel so utterly dumb right now. Oh, wait, let me guess. If I pull this, it will open. Oh, I broke it. What is this? Wait, how do I open it? Film winder, back cover release. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to open it. I'm pushing this upwards and the back should open, but it's not opening. I'm trying my best to open the camera. I'm just pulling this top up and it's just not opening. What is happening? What is happening? This is so weird. Well, that was the episode. I hope you enjoyed. This is the worst camera I have ever tried. I can't even try it. Wow. This one takes the cake, man. At least let me see how it looks like from the inside. Let me open it. Just please let me open this camera, man. Okay, I was able to pry it open with a knife. So, and it's not completely broken. Like this thing that I took out, it seems like it can be taken off by force. I don't know. So you just wind it here and press the shutter, and that's pretty much it. So what you have is you can, oh, this is really loose. It's just a piece of plastic. Holy cow, this is bad. Okay, so I blocked the lower part of the frame, and then I use this as for the frame, for the viewfinder, so I know which part of the image is being blocked. And then I take a picture, and I use the multiple exposures to cut the shutter again. And then, I don't know, I'll block the top part, and then the top part of the viewfinder, and and then I just wind it. Alright, so in order to try it, I'm going to use this roll. I purchased this one in Tokyo back in 2017, and I haven't got around using it. I don't know why, I have a lot of film and I haven't tried this one, this particular one. I only purchased one. So yeah, I shot one a long time ago and I was keeping this one just to see how it works. This camera uses, it says 200 or higher as a film, so 400 is fine. Even if it's overexposed in color film, it's fine. It'll just look a little bit pastel and vintage and whatever have you. So I'll use this one, 400 ASA, and I will load it right in front of you so you'll see the, the loading process of this beautiful machine made out of plastic. Okay, here it goes. So I'm gonna put it here, close it up, and then pull the tab. There you go. Is it loading? Yep, it's loaded. Now I should be able to close it. I'm gonna go to a park and see if it works and just shoot around. It's a 36 exposure, so I don't know if I'm gonna show you all the pictures because probably a lot of them will be really crappy. It's a really hot and humid and sunny day. It's the end of summer here in New York, and let's see how everything looks with this beautiful camera hanging on my wrist. with this magical lens. Okay, let's go. Okay, so one thing that it's not very cool is that the camera has no tripod holes and no hot shoe mount. So there's no way I can mount the action camera that I'm using to film. So I guess what I'm gonna have to do is walk around with the camera on one hand and with the action camera on the other hand and just see if I can make it happen. So you won't have the POV version of these pictures, or maybe you will do, I don't know, I'll try my best to film this thing, but there's no way I can mount it on top of this or on the side or anything. It's just, wow. Okay, let's see how this goes. So, the camera. As a camera, it's probably the worst piece of junk I've ever tried. It's terrible. You cannot control anything. It has a fixed shutter speed, it has a fixed aperture, everything is fixed. The only thing you can control is how much of the image are you blocking. There's some moments in which 400 ASA was not enough, but there's a few things that this camera does horribly bad. One, the shutter speed is really slow. So if you're walking around and taking pictures like randomly, the images are gonna be like, they're gonna have movement, so it doesn't really work. The other thing is that these blinders that you put on the lens or on your viewfinder, they're not really fixed. Like if you wobble them around, they move. The other thing that this camera does is sometimes it just doesn't fire, or it fires but nothing comes out of the picture. Like, I don't know what's up with that. And since the camera, like, it can't be open, my copy can't be open, so I had to put it like this and open with a knife or something. And that means there's light leaks. So there's always light coming in from the back of the camera. So you not only have an unreliable camera, you not only have this camera that, well, you can't control anything except like how much you block of the image, and the shutter speed is really slow, and some pictures don't show up. On top of that, you have light leaks. It's probably the worst camera I've ever tried in my life. It's completely terrible. And here comes the kicker. The images are amazing. The images are just, some of the images that I've taken with this camera, like 2 or 3 images that I took on this roll, at least one of them is one of my favorite pictures I've taken. If you want to be consistent on film photography, you can be super consistent, and film can be a very consistent medium. If you use the same temperatures, the same cameras, and you have everything like very organized, then sure, the results will be very consistent. That's how magazines function for dozens of years. But the way I experience film is very inconsistent. I try many different cameras, I try many different rolls, many different emulsions, different ways of processing it, very different chemicals. So nothing is ever the same on my workflow. I'm always trying different things, partially for the channel, partially because I like experimenting, but more than anything because I love the process of experimentation with film photography. I think that's, to me, that's the most interesting part, like just giving it a try, and sometimes amazing thing happens and sometimes terrible things happens and you lose the roll and oh my god, but it's part of the journey. It's part of the experiment. It's the experience of shooting film, which I will never be able to have with a digital camera. Like with a digital camera, there's an element of control that is unavoidable. It's just this strange relationship with the medium that I really love, and I think this camera is a great example of that. If you find a copy of this, I am absolutely certain your copy will not be the same as the one I have. In terms of probably it will not have light leaks, and probably you'll be able to open it, and probably maybe the, I don't know, the shutter speed will be constant and won't have like so many blank shots like the ones I have with this one. Probably your copy will work, mine doesn't. And I'm not sure I will take this camera and shoot another roll because I don't know what the results will be. If I feel very experimental, I'll probably do it, but this camera is not something I will use for a session, or if a friend needs pictures and I need to take some, you know, interesting shots of whatever it is, I will probably never use this thing for any of that. This is a 100% experimentation film camera, and yeah, I think the images speak for themselves. It's strange, but it adds something magical to it, and the fact that the lens is terrible, that it has like this horrible plastic feeling that is very undefined on the borders, like all of that adds to the character of the images. I think there's no other camera in my collection, and I have a bunch of cameras, there's no other camera with which I will be able to achieve these results, because all my other cameras behave differently and none of them has this many problems, but these problems are actually what make this camera interesting. So I don't know what to tell you, man. This piece of crap of plastic, it's horrible, it's almost non-functional, but at the same time it can produce a lot of beauty. I think, to me, this is the embodiment of experimentation on film photography. This thing is probably the most surprising camera I've tried this year. I was not expecting these results, and when I scanned them the first time I was like, oh, this is very underwhelming. But then when I treat them, when I color correct them, and when I tweak them a little bit, the images just show up and become so beautiful. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to give this camera a try, give it a try. I don't know if they're selling it anymore. Maybe you can find it on eBay, or I think I purchased it on eBay or Amazon or something, but it's just a cheap plastic camera you can find. A split cam, image fusion. It's so bad, man. As always, if you're interested, I have scenes for sale on my online store. So if you want to purchase one of my scenes from my time in Tokyo, or a scene from my time in London and Hastings, or my time in Santiago taking pictures in the protests, all of that is available on my online store. Just follow the link in the description. If you can support the channel, that would be amazing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you extremely soon. I have another camera coming up. I have another review, and I am very excited to talk about that one too. I've been trying really cool cameras lately, so I hope you are up for it. And yeah, I will see you super soon. Take care. Love you all. Love you all. Love you all. Bye.